Hello, welcome back. It's Jenny again from Republic of Skin, and today we're going to be talking about UV radiation and what type of rays actually affect your skin. And the damage that the sun will actually cause if you're not using your sunscreen. So to start off with, you've got three types of rays. There's UVA, UVB, and UVC. So a lot of the time, in the past, you don't really see as many solariums anymore, but in the past we've been told that if you had visited solariums, that UVA rays were fine, that they didn't burn. Actually, UVA rays are much more constant throughout the day. They penetrate a lot deeper into the skin, and the effects are quite intense. So basically, a UVB ray will burn your skin, just that top layer of the skin, and that's how you get the redness. But UVA is what causes the actual damage, gives you some skin cancers, so stay away from UVA rays. And UVC finally is it's taken away by the atmosphere, so it's not something that we really have to concern ourselves with. So what are the knock-on effects of these rays? Because you do notice in Australian climate that we age a lot faster than people in England, for example, and the simple reason is that we are exposed to the sun a lot more. Even when you think that you get up early, 6 o'clock say, and you go for your jog, you don't really need sunscreen. You need sunscreen. That's when they're the strongest. So as much as possible, if you're out at all in the Australian sun, please make sure to use a sunscreen that blocks both UVA and UVB rays. With your sunscreens, once again, it's not enough to just have a sunscreen that blocks one type of UVA ray. You need a sunscreen that blocks both UVA1 and UVA2 rays. Very, very important. Because you don't want the rays to get any deeper than the epidermis, which is the top layer of your skin. So if you hadn't seen the previous video that I've just recorded on sunscreens, what you need to look at is a sunscreen that is either a chemical or a physical block, minimum SPF of 15, and containing particular ingredients: zinc oxide if it's a physical block as a definite, and avobenzone if it's a chemical block. There's a different name for it in America. I'll look it up for you guys. So that's what to do to prevent the sun damage and to protect yourself as well as possible. The actual repercussions of being in the sun, you get breakdown of your elastin. So your elastin in your skin, it's like an elastic band, so similar to a rubber band. So you pinch your skin and it bounces back. So your elastin gives you your bounce back. The more that you're in the sun, the more that breaks down, and when you pinch your skin, that you kind of get stuck with your fingers in your skin. So that's the first thing. The second thing, you're getting premature wrinkles, and the reason for that is because when your UVA rays penetrate into your skin, they go all the way down into the dermis. The dermis of your skin is actually where you're creating all of your collagen, your elastin. And basically it's starting off the process for all the new cells to be recreated. So if you're damaging that part of your skin with the sun's rays, your collagen, which is in charge of keeping your skin firm and keeping the structure solid, keeping the skin plump basically, that starts to deplete as well. Obviously, you're more prone to skin cancers as well. There are things called Langerhans cells, and they're these little cells that have arms, and they pick up all foreign substances and remove them. So that's how they work on the skin. Once you start to burn those cells, they're unable to perform their tasks properly, and that's how skin cancers occur. Another thing you'll see is that the actual skin starts to become a lot thinner. The surface of the skin becomes a lot thinner. You'll see a lot more reddening of the skin just in patches, and yeah, I think that's enough really. So some of the treatments you can do for that: regular peels, such as just light to medium strength peels. Ideally, you'd like a course of treatments. But what you're doing is you're stimulating the turnover of dead skin cells, either peels or microdermabrasions, and that just keeps this skins that are on the surface of the skin, the cells that are on the surface of the skin, a lot healthier, and you're not keeping anything that's foreign and doesn't need to be there deeper down. You're pushing it out a lot faster. Also, you get things like pigmentation from being in the sun, and pigmentation is where you get uneven patches of colour on your skin. Reason for that being that the sun stimulates something called your melanocytes, and your melanocytes are what give colour or pigment to the skin. So certain areas of the skin will end up a bit discoloured. Definitely a sun-related thing, sometimes hormonal. But the way you'd be treating that is to exfoliate the surface of the skin so that the cells are turning over faster, and at the same time using some form of brightening product on the skin, things such as your vitamin C's, any type of brightening ingredient, but it will take a while, minimum 45 days to see an improvement in the pigmentation. Once again, you'd be looking at your peels or microdermabrasions. Otherwise, there's things such as IPL, which are quite successful at treating pigmentation. But you'll also find that once again, you go back into the sun and it does re-stimulate the melanocytes because you've got that trigger. So really, you want to be sunscreen out of sun as much as possible if pigmentation is a concern for you. The other thing you can do for your collagen is treatments such as your derma roller, which is better known as skin needling, microneedling. What that does, it's just like microneedling, little needles that are a particular thickness and length, and they get rolled all over the skin, and basically that stimulates your collagen to regenerate probably about 1,000 times more than your skin would naturally create. So that is another option. Otherwise, there are things like your lasers, your Fraxels. That's quite an intense treatment, but it's an option. So I hope you found that helpful today. If you'd like to find out more about how to treat aging concerns, I'm currently editing a report that I've written on anti-aging treatments and products. So if you visit www.republicofskin.com, I'm more than happy to send through what I currently have, but if you can wait for a little bit longer, I'll happily send through the proper version for you. So if you would like to get your hands on that, once again, it's www.republicofskin.com, and just shoot me through an email, jenny@republicofskin.com, Jenny with a Y, and I'll happily send through the free report.